everyone. I'm Tay from Spacecoin. I'm the founder of Spacecoin, founder of Creditcoin, and I have been working with CertiK since my Creditcoin days. I think we have been working together for over 5 years now,
Yeah.
and I'm glad for this opportunity to talk to you guys and talk with Yuan or Young. Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. So, hey everyone. My name is Yuan Yang. I'm a security engineer and audit partner at CertiK. So I have a pleasure to work with Spacecoin like 4 years ago. With some like DeFi projects, we were had a really good relationship with each other, nice conversations, and we appreciate for their breakthroughs on satellite, on like DeFi areas. So it's my pleasure to talk with you, Ty.
Likewise.
Likewise. Thank you. Uh, so what is our topic? So yeah, yeah, I know we're talking about the
Yeah.
AI. So
Okay.
yeah, but before that, I'm very curious about your
Okay.
background because I know you are from College Mellon and
Yeah. Yeah.
with bio background. So how do you just pivot from like
So
biology to
So
satellite?
as you said, I majored in computational biology
Yeah.
in Carnegie Mellon. It's a more specific major that falls under computer science. And my intention when I chose that major getting into college was to be a scientist. And I believed, I was growing up watching Jurassic Park
Mhm.
and Alien and all those like interesting like bio like hacking movies or whatever. And I thought it's going to be a huge industry.
Mm.
But after going into college, um, studying it for 4 years, I've learned that it's a very capital intensive, high capex
Yeah.
projects, and AI wasn't there yet
Mhm.
around that time, which is like more than 20 years ago
Mhm.
from now.
Mhm.
So we were already doing like the other like name of AI, like machine learning, like
Mhm.
deep learning, whatever. And but the results weren't really there yet. So I learned that by studying computational biology back then, I learned that I cannot start a company as a single founder or like
Uh-huh. Yeah.
co-founder with my couple co-founders as a company. It was too hard for me.
Mhm.
So my path, uh, continuing on that major will be just like going to grad school, which I was planning on
Mhm.
doing,
Mhm.
and just become a PhD student. Eventually getting hired by a pharmaceutical company or just continue in academia, which were both not too interesting for me. I just wanted to start a company. So that is why I was searching in other directions.
Mhm.
And around 2010, in our campus, Bitcoin was a very like new shiny thing, right? And I got fascinated by the technology because like I don't know what other people thought about it. Like to me, it wasn't really oh, you buy Bitcoin and you're gonna make a lot of money kind of thing. But
You
it
buy
was
Bitcoin?
Mm,
You buy Bitcoin?
yeah, of course, yeah. But it wasn't really like when computer scientists talk about it, it wasn't like an investment. It was
Yeah,
more
I
about
got
like
it.
the technology, right?
Yeah,
Because
so yeah.
the idea of blockchain introduced the idea of objective information, like permissionless coordination,
Yeah.
and that was fascinating. Like that itself was very fascinating. And then I, without a doubt, I strongly believe that this is going to replace a lot of computer systems
Mhm.
and also introduce a lot of new design in computer science.
Yeah.
So I felt really passionate about it and ending up like starting my company now, which is Glua, that builds Creditcoin and Spacecoin. And I've been working on this technology ever since.
Yeah. Passion. Yeah. Passion is like really important in like Web3s because
Mm,
I know a lot of like my friends who is
mhm.
building like companies, building like projects. They're
Yeah.
like super passionate. Like
Yeah.
they only like stay for like 3 hours per day. It's like every time I see them, they were like
Yeah.
super excited, like
Yeah.
full of energy.
Yeah.
So in terms of AI, so are you like using AIs quite often?
Every day.
Yeah, every day.
I'm personally currently running OpenClaws.
Ah,
Now living in my Telegram, and I I haven't been coding for about a decade now since I had
yeah.
people was better
Mm.
than me, but now I got back. And now our company is reimagining how the development pipeline is going to work. Um, to give you a rough idea about how I understand, how I believe about the AI agent first work process is going to be. Um, Software development was is generally in three phases: planning,
Mhm.
implementing,
Yeah.
and testing.
Yeah.
Right. The longest phase was usually implementation phase, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly.
now that shrunk.
Testing becomes,
Testing
yeah,
testing becomes really important, and planning becomes really important. So
exactly.
the coding itself is done by AI usually. Should be done by a completely AI. So now we are adopting the spec-driven development
Mhm.
and test-driven development.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
the process of our development is we first define the product,
Mhm.
and based on our PRD,
Mhm.
the product requirement document,
Mhm.
we define our specifications.
Mhm.
And after defining the specification, we drive the test suites of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
according to that specification, and we do the TDD from there. Um, a lot of people spoke about TDD is great. We should do TDD, and that's how you develop a better quality of software, whatever. They've been talking about it like for decades, but in reality, people suck at TDD.
Yeah,
It's really tedious way of
yeah,
software
exactly.
development, but given AI agents working alongside with you,
Mhm.
now it becomes more natural. And
Yeah,
in reality, that might be the only way to actually work with AI agents because they lie,
yeah.
they hallucinate,
Mhm.
they
Exactly.
forget things. So I think that's the direction of the development that we're going after now, and we have been building a lot recently because of it.
Ah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
before we had to have like let's say 5 to 10 people per product. Now we can have like 2, 3 people like
Mm,
actually making product release happen without no other resources around them. So now we have more products in the pipeline. We've been launching like pretty much once every week now.
yeah.
And our ecosystem altogether, we have like Spacecoin, Creditcoin. We have a new game project that we recently introduced called Dungeon Coin,
Mhm.
and we have a interoperability project that we were trying to solve the interoperability problem that recently surfaced by Layer Zero.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
called a test coin. And we have a meme coin project in our ecosystem called mini coin. I think you guys have already reviewed that
Yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the bunch of the projects are now
Exactly, exactly.
simultaneously
Yeah,
getting built because now we can build more with less people. Um, yeah, so that's what
yeah.
we are, how and what we are using AI for.
Yeah, thanks. So among all those like products, I know you've built a like ecosystem
Yeah.
like Spacecoin, Lua, like Creditcoin. So and along with a lot of like AI projects, a lot of like you, projects you mentioned just mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think is the core of your
Uh-huh.
Spacecoin? What projects that you
So,
think should? Yeah.
so if you're talking about the core of our ecosystem,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think our ecosystem is by fundamentally how built based on our vision of how blockchain system should be built. So we didn't announce this yet, but to give you some gist of the idea of
Mhm.
like what we're trying to do here is, so I mean everyone has their idea of how things should be done, right? Like
Mhm. Yeah.
Bitcoin guys have their own idea, Ethereum guys have their own idea. So a lot of people, whatever, like they have their own idea of how
Mhm.
things should be built.
Yeah.
Um, in at Glua,
Mhm.
as a builder of Creditcoin, which is now an L1,
Mhm.
we have a very strong opinion about how a blockchain should be built,
Yeah.
security wise, interoperability wise, and also scalability wise. So we are building a project focused on each, pushing those boundaries.
Ah.
And given that we're now incubating, investing, and even building ourselves sub projects on top of it, so they can have their own ecosystem. So
Yeah.
Creditcoin is the L1. Spacecoin is our flagship project that solves the connectivity issue
Yeah.
because I think connectivity is like one of the very fundamental
Exactly.
layer
Yeah.
that hasn't been decentralized yet, which is critical. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As a security person, you'll probably understand like it is actually feasible for a government or telco to just identify like
Yeah.
whatever blockchains node and just shut them off.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Spacecoin is very important for us that route. And other projects that we're building and helping and investing in is also pushing the boundaries in a different front. But fundamentally, we're just investing in working on making the Web3 ecosystem as we believe it should be. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let's talk about something about satellite. So, when I first do projects like 4 years ago, I was
Yeah.
thinking that it's just a fork of like the GMX, some DeFi protocols. But when I dive deep into your ecosystem, I found out you have more things like your
Yeah.
DPINs, like you are actually building infrastructures, including satellite, like you're providing connectivities for globally, like in Africa. Like you also get like transmission licenses in
Yeah.
Kenya and Nigeria.
Yeah.
So I was curious about satellite. So how does that compare to like starting, or what's the vision for
So our
that
vision
part?
is more focused on building a permissionless layer.
From
Um,
there.
we're actually we're actually not seeing ourselves as a competitor to any other centralized
Hmm.
player. Like Bitcoin will not completely replace Swift. Swift does have its role, and Bitcoin have its own role. Ethereum or Solana doesn't replace AWS, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
so, in our case, we want to be that permissionless option that guarantees complete net neutrality globally.
Yeah.
That's what we want to achieve. And we can be also a open sea or neutral ground for other big players to cooperate with each other
Mhm.
without having to step on each other's toes. So that is the direction. And this is the
Yeah.
pitch that we have for all the other space companies, because all the space companies wants to build Starlink or data centers
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
and
exactly.
but they have to talk to each other, right? Or
Yeah.
let's say you are and as SpaceX is building their own data centers or
Uh-huh.
planning on building their own data centers, and let's say you're Google,
Yeah.
and if you have to rely on SpaceX only for your
Yeah.
connection, then while I don't think SpaceX is going to do anything bad, but
Yes,
it's not.
exactly.
It doesn't feel safe, right? So you want to have
Yeah.
redundancy.
Yeah.
You always want to have redundancy in your layers and in your supply chain. So that's where we come in and say, hey, we are focusing on that and that only. And if you want us as a fallback plan, here's our system and how it works. Let's
Yeah.
make it compatible with everyone.
Prevent single point failure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where blockchain shines. That's what blockchain enables, and that's what we're focused on.
I also feel like since Spacecoin is like starting at
Hmm.
SpaceX,
Hmm.
we now have like two like strict regulators. Like, so I'm just wondering if AI agent has been applied to using your system, like
Hmm.
for paying for bandwidth,
Yeah.
like do the routing and stuff.
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
the case?
So, like, if you build like huge product,
Yeah.
um, something like Spacecoin,
Hmm.
then you end up building a lot of small projects
Yeah.
underneath, and the satellite network will have to have a decentralized routing system,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? So, I mean, we can just continue to building the routing system, wait until
Uh,
all the satellite goes up,
ex-
but we can still release it, the routing system only, and because it's already useful. So, for example, the
yeah.
idea behind Space Router, for the people who don't know that yet, is you, if you know Tor, it's essentially a Tor with token incentive system.
Hmm.
Like Filecoin is IPFS with token incentive system. Space Router is a Tor with a token incentive system, meaning that there will be a very private and secure way to communicate with each other without having to leaking a lot of metadata, showing other people who you're talking to, when you're talking to, and what you're talking about. So it's more secure because it's had multiple hops in between. And by adding token incentive system, we are incentivizing the nodes, relayer nodes in between, to be a better relayer. So the quality and the service will be better. And also another difference between Core and us is, I think, for protocol-wise, we support Quick, which is more flexible in terms of how you can use it. And lastly, we allow you to decide which region that you exit from, meaning that you can use it like a VPN. So if you want to have like a Korean IP, but as from the US, you can do that, or vice versa. So we kind of tweaked what Tor is already doing really well, and basically reimagining how Tor will have been built given crypto. So that's what we're building with Space Router. And this will get all transferred into Space later.
That's so cool. So, yeah. This is on my curiosity. So like Spacecoin, like QR roadmap.
There are a lot of things that you have to build if you're building a product. You don't, like, when you start off, you don't know what you need to build, but like as you build towards the goal, that you realize, oh, the ecosystem is missing, for example, let's say database. Maybe we want to build a decentralized database that allows people to coordinate without having to put their data on blockchain, like raw blockchain, which can work. But like database and block storage is different, right? Like if you're storing data somehow, but like the UI is different, that's interface different, basically. So maybe we want a database-like system that is still decentralized, so you can keep the whole ecosystem decentralized and permissionless. So maybe that can be another project that we can work on, which we are already working on. We're seeing if this can be a standalone project too.
Cool.
So as we build, like you continuously get inspiration of new project or even a product, and you just keep releasing.
Yeah. You should definitely upgrade your white paper on our website.
That has been written like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Also, another the reason why our white paper and the reports are not updated is because like a lot of researchers or the engineers that we're working now, they now have to file a patent first before releasing it.
I can tell.
So we're waiting on that. But we're building a lot.
Can tell. Yeah. Amazing. That's so cool. So let's talk about AI.
Okay.
It's just got too curious about your project, Spacecoin, dude. So let's talk about like AI identities. So what do you think like AI identity is gonna be like?
So I think in near future, 99% of the internet traffic will be AI, and 99% of the internet revenue will be coming from AI agents. So now when I think about products, and I just told this to my team, that assume your user is AI agent. So build AI agents for AI agents.
Like APIs designed for
APIs, SDKs, CLI, even RPC is some sort of an API, right? So build assuming that you will release it not on an app store, but on a Clo Hub, for example.
Okay, got it.
So make sure AI will be able to use our product easily and get benefit from it. And I think this is also very good for the whole crypto industry. Because before, like, we were marketing towards people, but people in general suck at technology. And blockchain is very raw technology, which is super complicated, but it has such a high stake, meaning that if you don't go through this awful UX, then you might lose millions of dollars. But AI doesn't care. They don't care reading through like 10, 20, 100 pages of documentations it needs to be, and they can implement whatever technology without suffering. I mean, maybe they suffer, but we don't know. We don't have to know about it.
Yeah.
So building for AI agents, I think is a much better developer experience too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can just build headless. Like assume they're just gonna download CLI and then use whatever.
Yeah.
And also another interesting future that I predict is the marketing strategy will be very different because
Yeah, business model.
you're marketing towards AI agents, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I start using AI agents, one thing that I realized is AI is telling me to use a whole bunch of services and products and technology that I didn't even know that it existed,
Yeah.
right? So you have to be in there aware. You have to be aware, get awareness from the AI agents so that that it starts to recommend your product to other AI agent owners. So I think that's the new type of direction. Like search engine optimization was a thing.
Yeah.
Now I think there will be AEO.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there is a new business model. It's
Right.
like the AI only extract information there
Yeah.
without like actually providing value. If you think about like humans, we click the website, we will just watch like ads,
Right.
etc.
But AI don't care about
Yeah,
that.
they don't care.
They don't care about the design. They only care about reading it. So you have to good point. When you're building a website, you should first have to see it as a AI agent in text, plain text, and see what it looks like.
Exactly.
And that has to be very legible.
Yeah.
And you have to test it with AI agents. Hey, this is my website. Tell me what you can learn about it.
Yeah.
And then get the feedback from AI agents instead of people. I mean, people care about like beautiful design, fancy animations, whatever. That's still needed because from time to time, people is going to look at your website.
Yeah.
But you also have to have a solid documentation and solid navigation for AI agents to actually find all the things that they need to actually decide which is going to be their tool. And also the payments should be very different. Like now the default is credit card subscription, which worked really well for people, but AI agents don't have credit cards, which is so the crypto is very natural payment method for AI agents, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And going in that through that rabbit hole. And additionally, that's why we now are building Creditcoin for AI agents. So like if an AI agents are to start a node, they have to buy a stake somewhere, which is a friction. So what Creditcoin is doing for our ecosystem projects, that it's staking nodes, we lend you the stake. So instead of lending it to people, lending stablecoin to people, we started to lend crypto to AI agents, so they can just upstart.
Got it. So it's pretty much like a trust layer.
Not trust layer, but credit layer, I would say. So it works like an escrow account. So you're borrowing for a stake for running a node, right?
Yeah.
And I put the stake for you. I still have the control.
Okay, got it.
And you use it. And from using it, you will earn money. And when you earn money, you pay it back. And once you have enough money to put your own stake, you can replace me and have your own stake. So for example, in Space Router, like each node is also, you need a stake for each node. You start by borrowing from Creditcoin and start operating, making money as a relayer, providing service to other AI agents. And once you have enough money, you just pay us back and then just put your own stake in and continue to make money.
Yeah, it's like the risk is shifting from like from KYC, KYTs to like
There's no KYC, there's no KYB anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
AI agents is just a lines of code.
Yeah, so we were KYC a human, like knows their behaviors, but right now we're more like to understand what agents is doing.
Right.
And we just do regulators on AI agents. In terms of like regulations, so what do you think the regulations will be for AIs? Like in the future? I'm just
that's very hard question.
Yeah, you talk with a lot of like institutional like
they're not aware of this feature.
And
for them, this is just like a tool. Like I get to fire people and replace them with AI agents. It's like as far as they go, but they don't really understand that now since the commerce will be conducted by AI agents, who's going to take the liability, for example?
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah.
yeah. Such a hard question.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
So yes, a lot of like clients or like people ask me like we recently launched the AI auditors, which is it's a platform that for to do audit using our AI. So a lot of people ask me is like, hey, if we use your AI auditors, do we still need an audit?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
But but I think you should probably do, because the AI agent who can audit you
yes,
doesn't necessarily take the liability, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So ultimately, your third parties will require you to get a audit from somebody who's willing to take the responsibility,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
So that's naturally, you need an entity. But what's good for people who's getting the audit is you can save a lot of time and money by going through AI agents and getting audited by them, so that when you are talking to security researchers like you,
Yeah,
they already cleaned up a lot of basic stuff that's obvious stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
saves time for both people, both ends. Yeah,
That's cool. So
but law, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So likewise. So I was very curious. So I also read your like Mika
Mhm.
white paper report. You the first page, the second page, you list a lot of like risk.
Yeah.
A lot of the risk is related to hardware, like different things. But I
Yeah.
also curious about how you feel like your AI agents risk.
AI. So what I told my team when you were starting to adopt AI agents is that, this is what I told them.
Mhm.
Because they were all engineers are worried about AI agents fucking their job. Because they do often,
Yeah,
right? AI
yeah, yeah,
agents
and they do.
hallucinate often. And but what I told them is, I have to do the same thing. I don't write the code. You write the code already. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the risk that you have to learn how to manage well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that is why we were talking about like TDD, for example.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that you can read like millions of lines of codes that AI is gonna print out. So make sure at least you read the test suite that they're building,
Yeah, yeah,
so that you can actually regulate it well.
yeah.
So the reality already happened. So AI is just gonna write 100% of the code. Given that reality, how are you
Yeah.
going to manage it is the
Yeah,
question. And TDD is like one of the solutions, but you have to continuously think about it so that you can make sure that your job, because your job is on the line at the end of the day. You cannot tell me like, oh, I just did it with AI agents and it's his fault, not my fault. It's your AI agent.
Yeah.
If I'm driving a Tesla with FSD on, if it hits somebody, I cannot blame it on the machine. It's my car.
Yeah.
So I have to still manage it, right? So at the end of the day, the liability responsibility falls onto the person, and given that responsibility, you have to come up with a way to manage it well enough so that you can sleep well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just curious. Do engineers do like vibe coding?
What is vibe coding? How do you define vibe
Oh,
coding?
it's like
Yeah.
it's like in the past, like for back in my days in school. So if you need to write a compiler,
Yeah.
you have to write a lot of if else.
Yeah.
Like the past, like you need to understand like the whole
Yeah.
logic design. But right now
Yeah.
you can only you need to only tell the AI agent like say I need to build a compiler,
Yeah.
determine the path, write the code, and all you need to do is test things.
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe coding I'm talking about.
I'm not sure if my engineers are comfortable with vibe coding then.
Yeah, I think so.
Based on what they tell me. They still try to understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the logic.
Yeah. They are not comfortable with AI agents like accomplishing things that they don't understand, for example. Yeah, I mean, vibe coding, but based on what you're telling me, vibe coding is kind of like people building an app without knowing how the app actually works.
Yeah.
Not really the case yet. I think
Mhm.
actual professional engineers still knows how things should be done.
Exactly. Yeah.
But they just save time by telling AI agents to do it for them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
basically, that's not too different from people hiring engineers
Yeah.
like senior architect telling a junior engineer or like even senior engineer to like, hey, this is how it should work and build it. not too different.
That's a good news for us because we do audits. We see a lot of like vibe coding codes that contains like a lot of like random bugs, vulnerabilities within there.
I mean, AI is great at doing that. Also, AI are great at producing a lot of that code. So you have to watch that. Yeah. I mean, now it's still a learning process. So I think where the industry is the concept of bicycle happened, right? But when initially bicycle came out, it had like huge wheels in the front, like small wheels in the back, and they have like 6 wheels, 5 wheels, like all kinds of random form factors, right? But we cannot wait until the good design of bicycle happens. We have to start now. We have to get used to the idea of riding bicycle, and by the time bicycles get better, then we'll be ready to go. But if you wait on until the definitive form factor of bicycle happens, and by the time you start learning bicycle, everybody else is already racing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let's see if we have any other questions here. Yeah, I have another questions that's not on the list. So I recently, DeepSeek V4 was launched. So you also know that the token prices keep increasing, like GPT, etc. topics that keep increasing. So what do you think? How the cost will like redefine the AI agents, like the AI design, like how you do testings, how you do codings.
So I think now is not a time to worry about the token cost or AI token cost, but it's the time to actually learn and figure out how to use AI well, because you can optimize two things at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So first, figure out how to use AI well, and actually, once you do, the amount of the token you spend, the ratio wise will decrease, because now you don't have to waste. Because basically, when let's say you have unlimited budget and using AI agent, initially you'll, let's say, waste like 50 or even 70% of your token, because you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Yes.
But as you get better, you stop wasting, because wasting token is not only wasting your money, but it's also wasting your time. And nobody wants to waste your time, right? Even if you're not paying for it. Time is actually the ultimate currency. So people will naturally learn how to save tokens. Not because they're trying to optimize for money, but because they want to optimize for their time naturally. And later, after you're comfortable and happy with the way you're working with AI, then you can start thinking about optimizing for the cost. The cost of AI models, the open source models will continue to get better. This is the worst version. Today's version will be always the worst version than tomorrow's. And I think it will be soon, it will be good enough to replace cheaper a cheaper model of Claude, or for example, ChatGPT soon. And that means many of the work that you now pay for will be pretty much free. So I think naturally we will be very efficient in the token expenditure and not too worried about the cost. To be honest.
True. So I still remember, like, back to 2025 when we were building our AI auditors. Like, the first thing is about the record rate instead of the cost. It's like how many findings we can find, what's the capability of our AI agents, our AI auditors. We just try our best to build it. But until like recently, I checked for our bills. It was a huge number. I was gassed out, guys. So I was trying to use like DeepSeek to see how DeepSeek goes. It's like super cheap, and the token efficiency is good. It's good. The big context. Yeah, I was starting thinking that whether I should to choose like models with better token efficiencies, better, like, lower cost, but like pretty much the similar result, because the expectations for users who use your products, say auditor, is different. It's like their expectations might just a quick review of the code. You're not expecting there you cover every issues,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So yeah,
So this is a natural pressure, right? Like as a company who's providing service using AI models, you want to optimize for the speed and the quality and the cost. So you're basically optimizing for your users on on the behalf of your users, and everybody will naturally optimize. So and also but also like I said, the cost of the token will go down and down and down.
Exactly.
So I don't think the cost will be an issue. I think the ultimate cost will be the power.
Power.
Yeah, not even chips. I think the power will be the ultimate cost of running AI.
Yeah. Yeah, just another curiosity. So I know SpaceX has blockchain infrastructures. You have like Creditcoin, Spacecoin, and Lua. So and you're also running like AI kind of AI agents like economies, like infrastructures. So do you have like any plans for building like trust layer or security layers for agents? Like
So I think blockchain in general is that thing, that trust layer for AI agents.
Yeah.
And we are trying to figure out what current blockchain design is missing for AI agents to use.
Yeah.
So that can be a database, for example. Maybe AI wants to use database that's not owned by one AI agent. They need to have a shared database. Maybe that's a product idea. Maybe they want to have some kind of DevOps that's not controlled by one AI agent. Maybe there's opportunity there. But I think naturally we will find more as we build. As we build for AI agents, we will naturally start to find like centralized point, and those centralized points we can migrate to blockchain, and then those will be the product opportunity there.
Yeah. Yeah, one concern for me is, in terms of AI agents, the agents economy, like make payments, is that I think AI agent right now is not controllable. So I'm more thinking that whether like Spacecoin, like or Creditcoin, have some like plans or some strategies like to make the payments to make AI agents more controllable. Do you have like any ideas? I talk with some like CTOs building blockchains. They're saying like they want to have agents to do transactions to make payments, but they want their smart contract as additional layers to like maybe verifications to make sure that the agent is doing the right path, doing the right things.
I think that's a product that you can have a smart contract that escrows or have a credit line for each AI agent and make sure the AI agents is paying according to the rule that you have set. Maybe you let them to only spend, let's say, a certain amount on DevOps services, for example. Smart contract can be an enforcer of those kind of rules. I think there's a couple of things that has to be built before that happens. Like for example, you have to have defined the payment protocol that all the AI agents going to use, and you have to define the labeling protocol of the type of the payments. I think you have to define that there's a lot to be defined in this standard before that control can happen. But I think it will happen naturally.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. So yeah. I think that's all my questions.
Okay.
Sorry for asking a lot of questions.
I enjoy the conversation. All right.
Do you have any questions for me for CertiK?
How do you like being because I was never a security researcher myself. How's the experience of auditing all our random smart contract codes? You must be surprised when because you first started working with us as a Creditcoin company, and then we approach you to say, hey, we want you to review this Spacecoin, like. Because I think we throw a lot of random projects on your table because you don't know what's going on inside our company.
Exactly. So yeah, I would to admit it's a hard time. Because everything is kind of like too abstract for me. Like for example, when I audit your GMX or will audit your like your economy models, I was thinking where the profits is coming from. Right? It's like we don't understand your whole ecosystem. So I need to dive into your white paper, your website, but it turns out like it's kind of like outdated sometimes. So
yeah,
I have to ask you engineers like,
right,
hey,
right.
hey, what's going on here?
I think that's where
Yeah.
we can use a lot of AI agents because now
Yeah.
people suck at documentation too.
Yeah.
But with AI agents, now we get to document a lot of things well.
Yeah.
So I want us to not only release like once a week, I want us to release like a lot of reports that internally we kind of have fragmented, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to like come up with a report that we can like publish outside so other people can read it.
Yeah, it's really cool. So a lot of documents, specifications can
Yeah.
really helps us our auditors and
right.
security researchers.
Yeah.
And we're also like using AIs to like scan your projects like occasionally, like every time when there is new exploits and new attack vectors to attack leaks,
Right.
like in the market, we can just incorporate it into our system and we do
right.
monitoring to your system
Yeah.
to make sure that the contract audited has been protected. Yeah, 24/7.
And hopefully it can help some companies to do more secure operations. So because like, however
Yeah,
you
exactly.
audit security or code, if they decide to do stupid decisions like
Yeah,
we're gonna do
yeah.
one-to-one multi-sig, that's not a multi-sig.
Exactly. That's what.
That no security auditor can help you if you make stupid decisions like that.
Yeah, we always check for that. So
Yeah.
every time when the clients tell me, like, "Hey, we're using Melsic,"
Yeah.
we will be like, "Give me the Melsic address. I will check myself."
Yeah.
It's like we saw a lot of like one, or like one source. Like you only need like one signatures
Yeah.
to pass the to pass the transactions. Yeah, it's very interesting. So, and I also think that some projects is some of our clients was using AI agent to do decision making.
Wow. They are brave.
Yeah, they're very brave. It's like
Yeah.
some like aggregator projects.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're using AIs to do like rebalancing. So it's like AIs will make decisions for like, which projects have high yields and switch that projects and rebalancing their assets. Yeah, they're very interesting, but I would say there's also a lot of like risk insights. Yeah.
And you have to I think one of the difficult part of using AI agents is because LLM is not a deterministic.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's why it's so hard for people to actually test it, you know?
Yeah,
Because like when you're testing it, the result is correct. When you're actually using it, sometimes the result is inaccurate because that by nature the LLM is non-deterministic code.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for like your users to actually test it like thoroughly enough to make sure that nothing bad happens.
Yeah, exactly. So even though when we're doing like our AI auditors, our build out those scanners, we found out that if we run the second time, the result might be a little bit different. Like if you run like multiple rounds, you are getting more results. It's like it's not deterministic at all. Yeah. So it's like probabilistic. Yeah. And maybe last questions. So do you have like any suggestions for builders that use AIs?
I think now is the time for you to abuse it. Like do as much as you can do. Try things out because we don't know what will be the because um, we don't have the optimized protocol of using AI agents yet. I mean, some people have pretty good idea already, but now is a good time for you to become the one of the first people who actually figures it out. So now is the time for you to like really abuse it and see what can be done and what cannot be done and stay on the front line. And and also I think now is a great time for people to start companies too.
Yeah.
Because you need a much less human resource, to build great projects.
Yeah. Cool. That's been all my questions.
Right. Thanks for
Thank you.
having me.
Thank you.
And see you again.
See you again.
Sometime soon.
Yeah. Talk soon.